here, aka Tishu. Keep those pictures coming. All you have to do is email it to us, tvshoutouts@fox.com. And we'll be right back after this quick break.
All right, good morning. Welcome to Good Day LA. It is Monday. It's 8 o'clock. I'm Jen Lammers.
That's right. Roxy Carabadian in for Bobby Castro. Let's take a look at some of the stories we're covering for you this morning. There's a lot going on. A deadly crackdown on protesters across Iran ignites worldwide protests. We have the very latest coming up.
And at least 5 people were shot outside a fast food restaurant. We're live with the investigation.
And LA 2028 Olympic ticket registration begins this week. Big day. What to know before you sign up. First, though, let's get over to Maria for a check on our forecast.
It's just starting to warm up a little bit outside at this hour, but the winds are mostly calm at this hour, 3 to 5 miles an hour, maybe 10 miles an hour in Corona. Some of the usual wind-prone areas, of course, a little bit breezier, but they are going to pick up a little bit as we get to the latter part of this morning and into the afternoon. So we're still with these moderate Santa Ana winds. Temperatures are in the 30s here in Fraser Park. Palmdale, just 35 degrees. 50 in downtown LA, so finally out of the 40s, but it's still 49 in Burbank and Ontario. Mario. It's 27 in Big Bear, 57 in Palm Springs. High temperatures today ranging from around 74 in Palm Springs in the low desert, 63 in the high desert areas like the Antelope Valley, 52 in Big Bear with some gustier winds. Out towards downtown LA, around 78 today, which is way above the average. 75 for the valleys and the Inland Empire, 72 along our coast. It's still going to be a little bit warmer as we get to tomorrow and Wednesday. I'll talk more about that when I come back. In the meantime, let's check in on traffic. We do have Stu up in Skyfox watching the slower freeways here like this one. Where are you, Stu?
Hey, good morning, Maria. Good morning, everybody. 101 Tarzana. Yes, Tarzana is named after Tarzan. Let's take a look at that ride, though. Hey, these guys are not swinging from tree to tree. They might want to be, but they are not. Super slow and go. That's going to be on the southbound side. Basically coming away from the West Valley over to the 405. Give yourself plenty of extra time. We're back to that normal ride this morning, and it is definitely going to be slow and go. If you're coming away from that 405, you go in the opposite direction, that's a much better ride. You can see it right there, definitely topping out at freeway speeds, making your way into Calabasas and beyond. But if you're headed out of Calabasas into the city this morning, it's going to be a rough ride. Plan ahead. Give yourself just that extra time, or just tell your boss you're going to be a little late. It's okay with me. Sending it back to y'all in the studio.
All right, Stu, thank you. We do begin this hour with developing news out of Iran, where the death toll has now risen to over 544 people. Protesters have been flooding the streets of Iran for several days now, all sparked by the country's soaring inflation. The government has arrested over 10,000 people. Iran has cut off internet and phone lines.
Today, President Trump and his national security team will talk about several types of responses to Iran, everything from direct military strikes to cyber attacks. Yesterday, the president said they're now setting up a meeting in Iran, but he also did not rule out military action beforehand if protesters continue to be targeted. Meanwhile, tensions flaring up at a large anti-Iranian government demonstration in Westwood.
It happened when a man drove a U-Haul truck into protesters. Mario Ramirez joins us now with more scary moments there. Mario.
Absolutely, Jenna Roxia. We did confirm with the LAPD that driver is in police custody this morning, and he could face a charge of attempted assault with a deadly weapon. Meanwhile, on the street behind me, just outside the Wilshire Federal Building, you can see the aftermath, shattered glass here, where that U-Haul sat, a moment that left protesters running for their lives. Screams and panic as that U-Haul truck drives straight into a crowd of demonstrators, people dodging in every direction, desperately trying to get out of the way. The truck covered in posters opposing the crowd, and it sparked an immediate reaction. At one point, people climbing onto the vehicle, ripping signs from the sides before moving toward the driver's door. Protesters getting increasingly aggressive. Investigators say that's when the driver hit the gas, accelerating through the crowd and injuring at least one person. Now, this unfolding just moments after hundreds of Iranian freedom supporters gathered outside the federal building Sunday afternoon, waving flags, chanting, and calling for the return of Iran's former leadership. Now, once that U-Haul truck rolled in, things turned violent quickly.
Right now, you can see the act of terror. They came in the public and they run into the people. So they are terrorists.
The people climbing on the truck starting to rip the signs. And then I went to the other side where the driver's side is, and they got really aggressive with him. He stepped on the gas. He definitely stepped on it purposely, but I think he was more scared for his life.
There are so many crazy people out of Iran, too. I don't know how they could get in, but they are in. And, of course, they want to ruin these protests.
Now, this large protest comes as tensions continue to boil overseas, with millions reportedly taking to the streets in Iran demanding political change. And those demonstrations met with internet blackouts, mass arrests, and deadly force. Meanwhile, here in Westwood, protesters say they're grateful that no one was seriously injured. And we have reached out to the LAPD for more information on that driver. Again, they say he is in the process of being booked and could face charges. The LAPD and FBI now investigating what led to that collision here. For now, live in Westwood, I'm Mario Ramirez. Back to you.
All right, Mario, thank you. President Trump says Iran has proposed negotiations after he threatened a military strike on the Islamic Republic for its deadly crackdown on protesters. Doug Luzader has the latest developments from Washington this morning.
President Trump says the military is assessing options for Iran over the country's violent crackdown on protesters, but now there may be an opening for talks. The images have been striking. Protests in Iran that have grown so large they threaten the stability of the government there. And even here in the U.S., growing tensions as a U-Haul truck drove into a group of Iran protesters in Los Angeles. No serious injuries were reported. And last night, as he returned to Washington, President Trump had a strong warning in response to Iran's threats to the U.S.
If they do that, we will hit them at levels that they've never been hit before.
Iran's parliament speaker had threatened to attack U.S. military bases and ships if the U.S. took action against Iran in defense of the protesters. But then a turn, as the president said Iran reached out for talks.
We may meet with them. I mean, a meeting is being set up, but we may have to act because of what's happening before the meeting.
And the president's strong words were not limited to Iran. He posted on Truth Social, "There will be no more oil or money going to Cuba, zero. I strongly suggest they make a deal before it is too late." And following the arrest of Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro, Democrats and some Republicans are concerned about growing U.S. entanglements.
You know, I'm against the bad guys around the world, but I'm not sure that America trying to be the policeman for the whole world is why Americans hired Donald Trump to be president.
And with so many emerging flashpoints, President Trump meets with Secretary of State Marco Rubio at the White House later this morning. In Washington, Doug Luzader, Fox News.
Speaking of protests continue around the country following the death of a woman who was shot by ICE agents last week in Minneapolis. ICE continued immigration operations in Minneapolis yesterday. Last week, Renee Good shot by agents during an ICE operation. Officials claim she was using her car as a weapon, driving at agents. However, others argue she was legally observing an operation. The FBI now investigating. Schools in Minneapolis were closed last Thursday and Friday. However, as of this morning, they have reopened.
Back here in L.A., LAPD still searching for the suspects who shot multiple people in South L.A., killing one of them.
Gigi is live at the LAPD headquarters with all the details. Good morning.
And that's right. It appears that 5 people were shot. Some of them were waiting for their fast food order at the Louisiana Fried Chicken place right there on the corner of Manchester and Normandy. Take a look. It all happened last night at about 6:45. A lot of folks. It's a busy intersection. A lot of folks were outside when the shooters either drove or walked up and just opened fire, shooting 4 men at that one location. All 4 taken to the hospital, where sadly one of them did die, a man in his 30s. His name will be released once his family is notified. Meanwhile, a 5th victim was found about a block away. Apparently, that person may have been driven to the hospital by someone else, but shell casings were found at 85th. So police now believe they could have a 2-location shooting. The motive remains unknown this morning, but they're definitely looking at the possibility that this is gang-related. Reporting live at LAPD headquarters in downtown LA, I'm Gigi Graciette. Back to you.
All right, Gigi, thank you. It appears frontline healthcare workers in Orange County and the Inland Empire will not go on strike after all. A tentative contract has been reached between healthcare workers and 6 KPC hospitals. The deal addresses staffing, safety, and working conditions. Workers say it's a win for both caregivers and patients. The agreement still has to be approved, though, by union members, with a vote set for later on this month. The union represents more than 1,500 workers across these hospitals in Anaheim, Santa Ana, Orange, Menifee, Hemet, and Victorville.
8:10 still ahead as LAUSD students head back to school after winter break. What families need to know as school reopens.
Also, coming up, 15,000 nurses walk off the job in one major city. We'll tell you why. And Brooke is with the LA Rams Foundation this morning.
Hey there. Yeah, you know, last week we marked 1 year since last January's devastating wildfires, but we are not done telling your stories. Coming up after the break, I'm actually going to show you how the LA Rams helped a displaced family find a home.
Our top stories this morning, 3 separate 7-Eleven stores were robbed overnight. The first one occurred in Mission Hills a little bit before 11:30 last night. 2 men jumped the counter and stole some cash. The convenience stores in North Hollywood and Sylmar were each robbed by a man armed with a handgun. It's not clear if those robberies were committed by the same suspect.
Nearly 15,000 nurses have walked off the job in New York City. 3 hospital systems have been at the negotiating table through the night trying to reach a deal, but the president of the New York State Nurses Association says little progress has been made. The nurses' contract expired on December 31st, shortly after the union voted to authorize the strike.
Students in LA Unified School District are heading back to class this morning now that winter break has ended. The nation's second largest school system has more than 500,000 students enrolled. And this morning, Superintendent Alberto Carvalho will welcome students at the 96th Street Elementary School in Watts.
The Los Angeles Rams are helping families displaced by wildfires find permanent housing.
One family in Duarte has just moved into a new home, and Brooke joins us live to share their story. Good morning.
Hey there. Yeah. Good morning, Jen and Roxy. You know, we say this over and over. We know that story, right? So many families were displaced. So many families lost their homes. And in the midst of that, something else we saw, it's so many people stepping up to help. And it's really a beautiful thing. Ari, thank you for being here with us this morning, because you are one of those people who stepped up to help. I know you had a big team around you. Different organizations stepping up to help. The LA Rams, a big part of this. But talk to me. Can you just take me back? Talk to me about, you know, those moments last January.
Of course, yes. When I saw the fires on TV, I'm a person of motion, and so I really feel like I had to get involved.
Yeah.
God called me to Altadena, Pasadena. So days after the fire, I ended up here, and I met someone by the name of Coach Lance, and he introduced me to this family who we're going to talk about. But I also partnered with Change Reaction. They are a force here in Los Angeles, and they are empowering nonprofits like us. They're giving us the funding and the resources to get into these communities and create that change. And so I fell in love with Altadena, Pasadena. At this point now, with the Change Reaction, we have helped over 3,100 families and dispersed $15.3 million together. So I really feel like this was a calling of mine, and I spent 2025 dedicated to fire relief.
Well, yeah, it's a big dedication. Come on, let's walk to the backyard of this beautiful home, because you helped this family get into this home, and this is a space where so many people, you all know, we're feeling like, I don't know where to go. I don't know where I'm going to live. Am I going to be living out of my car? And so tell me about that process.
So the LA Rams contacted us, and they said, do you have a family that's Rams fans? And I said, yes. And I thought about Quinn and Donnie Mitchell, and they selected them to have this home, and they gave them 13 months of rent. And I worked with Zillow. It took me 30 days, and it's real. I always tell this story. This home that we're standing in is the very first home that I found and looked at on Zillow.
Wow.
So between Zillow, it was meant to be. And then Bob's Discount Furniture donated $5,000 worth of furniture. We surprised the whole family right here. I had their family, their community, everybody waiting. They stepped outside. It was a huge celebration. It took a village to make this happen.
Yeah, I love that. Then that village included the LA Rams Foundation, which they do so much. It's a fascinating organization, right? Because you think it's going to be one thing, and it's this, and it's that, and it's everything. It's great. We're going to be talking to this beautiful family about their beautiful home throughout the morning. For now, I will send things back to you all in the studio.
What a day. What a day. I love it. Thank you, Brooke.
Pretty amazing what they do. Changing people's lives. Love that. All right, changing the forecast a little bit, right? The heat up started this weekend.
Yes, that's right. Beautiful weather out there where Brooke is at. Lots of sunshine. Now, we're going to heat things up a little bit more as we get to today, tomorrow, into Wednesday. And the wind is still with us, though. The clockwise flow of air around this area of high pressure producing that Santa Ana wind, not as gusty as it was on Friday, and certainly in areas this weekend, as we had forecast last week. So high pressure still in control, but the winds will start to back down, or continue to back down, as we get to tomorrow and Wednesday. So we'll wait and see if that wind advisory gets extended. In the meantime, it is going to produce these above average highs tomorrow, especially into Wednesday. Low 80s are possible back in the forecast for you. The dry conditions will persist through the extended outlook. In fact, I don't see any rain at all through at least the 21st or 22nd of this month. So whatever you have planned outdoors this weekend, coming up even into next week, it's looking dry and sunny. We still have the wind advisories, as I mentioned, so all the areas shaded in this beige color will get up to 45, 55 mile per hour wind gusts, and that can pose some hazardous driving conditions for you. So these are some of the impacts and why the National Weather Service issues out the wind advisory. Beware of some falling debris, some tree limbs on the roadway, and of course, there's still the possibility of some downed trees, and as a result, some power outages as well. 78 degrees is what we're expecting for downtown. That's 10 degrees above the average. 76 in Indio. A little cooler in Las Vegas today, 64 degrees. Riverside getting up to those low mid 70s with plenty of sunshine, really partly to mostly sunny skies. And then Laguna Beach, lots of sunshine, getting to around 71 at 2 p.m. today. And Thousand Oaks out there in T.O., Ventura County, 71 degrees at 2 p.m. I'll show you the 7-day forecast in just a few minutes. In the meantime, stay with us. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Oh, wow. Where's everybody?
I know.
Where'd
Not
they go?
here. Not here, that's for sure. Waiting for the next wave to come in. Nice blue skies. Okay, so Motorola is bringing the FIFA World Cup directly into the hands of fans, players, and creators. Starting in February, FIFA fans can get their hands on the cosmetically customized FIFA World Cup Edition Razor. The phone looks different, but it uses identical hardware like the regular Razor and retails for about $700. Motorola also unveiled 4 other products at CES 2026, the Motorola Razr Fold, the Moto Tag 2 tracker, the Moto Watch, and the Moto Pen Ultra Stylus. So registration opens this week for the LA 28 Olympic Games ticket draw. This is incredible. Registration begins Wednesday morning for people who want to buy tickets to attend any of the LA Olympic Games and Paralympic Games. To celebrate the registration opening, some 300 former Olympians and Paralympians will gather at the LA Memorial Coliseum tomorrow. The event will include a ceremonial lighting of the cauldron and remarks from some of the former Olympians going back to the 1960 Games in Rome.
So the beloved love story of The Notebook is coming to Los Angeles live on stage for the very first time. The musical, on its first ever North American tour, has arrived at the Hollywood Pantages Theater. Based on the best-selling Nicholas Sparks novel, the iconic film, the show follows Allie and Noah as their decades-long love story is read out loud from a notebook in a present-day memory care home. Sparks told fans that they will not be disappointed.
It's an entirely different experience, and the first time I sat down to see it, I remember just being hopeful that it would feel new and fresh, and it absolutely does.
I wrote you every day. The Notebook musical is at the Pantages until January 26th. For information, visit BroadwayInHollywood.com. I have seen this movie so many times.
Same.
And every single time I ugly cry.
Yep.
So hard.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's like this in Titanic.
That's right.
No, it's like, it gets you every time. All right, New York City bakery going viral for its colossal cannoli. Check it out. There it is, giant pastry shell. So it's stuffed with dozens of smaller cannolis. See that? Do you see what's going on there? And then they put all the frosting over it.
Did you know that the singular form of cannoli is cannolo?
Cannolo. You said that last
week.
Yeah. I already forgot. Cannolo.
It's like Lego, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so there they put all that cream and that big bow, you gotta tie it up. It weighs a whopping 5 pounds. This is definitely something you share, obviously.
Is it?
Yeah, and you eat with a fork or spoon. And there you have it. My question is this. Usually when things are big like this, I question the taste,
Right.
It's like a big, beautiful strawberry. It never quite tastes as good as a small, tiny strawberry.
You know what? You got something there. That's true. What are those? Are those, what are the accoutrements?
Is that like a...
What's the green?
I don't know.
Sprinkles.
Sprinkles?
Yeah.
Just sprinkles? Regular sprinkles?
Yeah, forget
regular schmegular sprinkles?
Can't be a regular schmegular.
Regular schmegular
Speaking of Italian, are you guys familiar with the cornicello, a.k.a. the corno?
Isn't that when you hook it onto your rearview mirror?
Yeah, a lot of Italians in New York have that too. This is the Italian thing to keep away the evil eye.
Yeah.
The malocchio.
I like that. We all need a little bit of that, right?
Yeah.
Still ahead. Some Anaheim Ducks players are officially Olympic bound. Coco is live.
Good morning. We're kind of continuing on that Italian trend because the Winter Games are going to be in Italy. We're a little over a month away, and some Anaheim Ducks players will be part of the Olympic teams. We'll introduce you to the Ducks captain who will be making his way to Italy.
Good morning.
What's the rule? What's
We're
this?
rolling a little body roll. It's easy into your
Oh,
Monday, right?
Okay.
Ladies in black.
Yeah. I know. We look like we're going to a funeral. But,
Oh my gosh,
But
don't
make it
say that.
upscale. Make it
Oh,
upscale.
It's a day after an award show.
That's what you do? Is that what you do?
Yeah, the black is sort of like
Elegant.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see that one girl or one actress's dress? It was so elegant in the front, and then she turned around. It was like, ba-bang!
I believe you're talking
was
about
it Tiana Taylor?
Yes.
Yeah. With the diamonds in the back.
Was it pearls or diamonds? I don't know.
That was a diamond bow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was like, whoa.
You could
do
wear
no
that
wrong.
dress.
Oh, please.
You know what? Actually, I would like to see you in that dress.
So would anybody
Who's with
watching
me?
right now.
Let me hear ya.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Maybe in
All right, audio. We
my
gotta work
younger
on it.
years, my younger years. But thank you very much. I did appreciate the tan. I like the tan compliment. Yeah.
J-Lo vibes.
Marisol Cuban.
Hey, listen, if you want to get a tan today, my goodness, it is going to be sunny. It's not going to feel like January. It hasn't really. Yesterday in the daytime, in the afternoon anyway, it's still chilly at this hour, but it will warm up to the upper 70s again like it did yesterday, maybe even a little bit warmer because of this area of high pressure that's in control. So it's giving us that offshore flow, and when we get those winds out of the northeast, it does help to warm up the atmosphere. So it's going to be sunny, dry, with temperatures really warming up tomorrow until Wednesday, and the 80s are coming back. It'll slowly start to drop as we get to the end of the weekend, the upcoming weekend, but it'll still be above average. The winds, though, creating some problems if you've got a high-profile vehicle. So hazardous driving conditions out there. That's why the National Weather Service issues the wind advisory for these wind gusts getting up to 45, even 55 miles an hour. So just watch it. Those crosswinds can blow you around quite a bit, especially if you've got one of those high-sided vehicles. Some of the impacts, of course, like I said, beware of some falling debris, some tree limbs on the roads, and there's still a chance you could see some downed trees and even some power outages. We had all that rain, all that saturated soil. It expands and then it contracts again. So that's why we can see the potential for some of those downed trees. 78 today for downtown LA. That's 10 degrees warmer than the average. Our sun will set at 5:04. These are the highs we're expecting today in the 70s, like downtown 78, 76 in Corona and Santa Ana. Big Bear eventually 52 to that 74 in Palm Springs. I'll show you that 7-day in just a few moments. But first, let's check in on traffic. Samada's back in studio with a look at our freeways. Hey, Samada.
Good morning, Maria. Good morning, everyone. On this Monday, your drive, yeah, the usual daily grind, but we're going to unfortunately add this on top of it. This one just occurred minutes ago through the Southgate area, northbound side of the 710 at Imperial Highway, and the slowdown has you backed up already, even beyond the 105. So plan accordingly and give yourself extra time on the roads. We got your real-time traffic just under an hour leaving downtown to get to Santa Monica, about 39 minutes as you pull away northbound 110 from the 405 inbound. And a live Caltrans camera look, a much better ride along the 210 westbound, eastbound at Vernon Avenue. Looking pretty good. Just watch, again, those winds. Back to you, ladies.
All right, thank you, Samada. So developing this morning, Iran is threatening military action against the U.S. and Israel if President Trump decides to intervene in the widespread protests there. Human rights groups report more than 500 demonstrators have been killed since those protests began 2 weeks ago, sparked by the country's tanking economy and turning into a broader criticism of the Iranian regime. Despite hundreds of protests scattered throughout the country, Iran's foreign minister claims, quote, the situation has come under total control. President Trump says Iran now wants to negotiate with Washington after his threat to strike the Islamic Republic.
Here in Los Angeles, a large anti-Iranian government protest in Westwood nearly turns into a disaster when a man in a U-Haul truck drives straight into the crowd of demonstrators.
Mario Ramirez joins us now to show us how it all played out. Good morning.
Good morning. That's right. It's quiet right now, but we saw that large protest in opposition to the Iranian government playing out here just outside the federal building in Westwood. It was very peaceful until that driver started moving through the crowd. You can hear the sheer panic as demonstrators scramble to get out of the way when the truck moves straight toward them here along Veteran Avenue. People tearing opposing political messages off the side of that U-Haul as tempers flare. Protesters surrounding the driver, some swinging objects, flagpoles, trash, even their hands. One person climbing onto the vehicle, trying to kick in the windshield as police move in. And after he's removed, protesters chase him, trying to strike him as police escort him into custody. And this was just after 3:30 Sunday afternoon. hundreds started gathering outside the federal building. The demonstration was meant to highlight ongoing unrest in Iran, where activists say hundreds have been killed and thousands detained amid demands for regime change over a collapsing economy. But things quickly took a violent turn when that U-Haul rolled in.
The driver was injured as well. After the traffic collision, he became involved in an altercation with some of the other protesters.
My personal belief is that I'm very concerned about U.S. intervention in these international situations because I want there to be peace here at home.
And again, it started off peaceful before that moment turned it into chaos. Police say at least one protester suffered minor injuries and was treated at the scene. And as the night went on, LAPD officers issued dispersal orders. The crowd quickly thinned out. As for the driver, he was taken to the hospital in police custody this morning. And during a news conference last night, officials said that he could be charged with attempted assault with a deadly weapon. That U-Haul being used as a deadly weapon. We're still waiting for updates on that as the FBI and LAPD continue to investigate what led to that collision. Live in Westwood this morning, I'm Mario Ramirez. Back to you.
All right, Mario, thank you. So this is interesting. The Department of Health and Human Services is making cervical cancer screenings more accessible and affordable. Federal health officials now recommend at-home tests as a screening option. They say most private insurance plans will be required to cover those tests without charging patients out of pocket. Cervical cancer is most often caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. Under the updated guidelines, women ages 21 to 65 should continue their regular screenings, but this new at-home screening option offers another layer of protection. Last May, the FDA approved the first at-home cervical cancer screening tool developed by Teal Health.
In the meantime, Wegovy's new weight loss pill is reportedly seeing tremendous interest. According to Novo Nordisk's clinical trials, show the pill delivers similar weight loss results to the injection. And now Amazon Pharmacy says it will offer the pill on its website. Available in all 50 states, eligible customers with insurance will be able to pay $25 a month for the drug. Cash payments will start at $149 a month.
All right, get excited because several players on the Anaheim Ducks roster will compete for their home countries in the Winter Olympic Games coming up in a few weeks in Italy.
That's right. Coco live for us, not in Italy, but she's going to tell us a little bit more about the Ducks practice in Irvine. Next best thing, Italy, Irvine.
I don't know. I mean, sure, next best thing. I absolutely love Italy, so I would have loved to have been there, but I am happy to be here in Irvine. Hey there, everyone. For the first time since 2014, NHL players will be part of the Winter Olympic Games, and we're getting closer and closer. We're just a little over a month away from the Winter Games in Italy, and the Anaheim Ducks have a few players that are going to be on the Olympic roster. I am here with Radko now. He is going to be a defenseman for the Czech Republic. You're the captain of the Anaheim Ducks. Your thoughts on being selected for the Czech Republic team?
I mean, it's a tremendous honor. Wearing the nation's crest on your chest is always special, and playing hockey best on best, it's going to bring everything best out of everybody. So really looking forward to this special tournament, especially missing the last two Olympics.
And you were telling me that you were part of the last time in 2014. What was that like, and what are you hoping for this time around?
I was still a very young player back then, so I had a great experience. And when we were leaving, I was looking forward to have the next one. So missing the last two opportunities, a little sad, but we all watched the game, so that's what makes it so much more special going this time, and being able to show the nation again what type of team we are. It's going to be really fun to go and represent.
And you're expecting a pretty decent fan base from the Czech Republic, right?
Yes, exactly. It's pretty close to Czech Republic, so assuming a lot of people from Czech are going to come and join us, and I think all the European countries are going to have a big fan base, and it's going to be like I said, it's been around for 1,000 years, so it's always something special when you get to represent your country, and so much more in the Olympic Games.
Well, thank you so much, Radko, for speaking to us. Congratulations to you, by the way. We wish you the best of luck as well. That's just so exciting to be brought back to the Olympics. Radko, like he said, was part of it in 2014, coming back this year, captain of the Anaheim Ducks. So the Anaheim Ducks are very excited to be sending a few of their players to the 2026 Winter Olympic Games. We are here at Great Park Ice and 5 Point Arena in Irvine, where they train, and we will be speaking with more players throughout the morning. I'll send it back to you.
Incredible. What an honor. Right?
Yeah. Ducks are
one that they've earned. I mean,
Huge
it takes a lot of hard work for sure.
Dedication, determination.
All of that stuff.
Thank you, Coco.
Thank you, Coco.
One of my first jobs out of college, I interviewed the Ducks, and I still have a jersey, and they signed it from back in the day with Ryan Getzlaf and Scotty Niedermeyer.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. Save it? Did you save it?
I did save it. And they had a charity event called Ducks and Tucks.
You can appreciate that.
I definitely appreciated that.
Yeah.
They served wine, cheese, and quackers. Anyway, good morning to you. Entertainment is sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. So last hour, we gave you the big breakdown of the film wins at last night's Golden Globe Awards. And now it's actually an emergency to tell you about the big television series of last night's Golden Globes.
And the Golden Globe goes to...
The Pit! I also want to thank the first responders and healthcare workers who are the real heroes who inspire us.
Scott, I need to know where you got that leopard suit. I want one. Well, it definitely has the Pit factor, that's for sure. The Pit taking home the gold for drama series and Noah Wiley for Best Actor. This is extra special because this is his first Golden Globe.
Oh my gosh.
After being nominated a few times in the past for his role on ER. So all these years later,
paid off.
It paid off, and he got the Best Actor award. And from the hospital to the studio.
The studio. Thank you. Again, so weird. Adam was in the show. Half our writers are at table 1 and the other half are at table 228, but they made it.
I love their acceptance speeches for the studio because I really feel like it's life imitating art and then
Wait,
art
did anybody
imitating
say
life.
thank you to Sal Saperstein?
Okay, they didn't say it last night, but he did say it when he won the Critics' Choice Award. Ike said it himself.
That's so funny.
He did. The studio wins Best Comedy Series, and the best bonus of it, Seth Rogen sharing that they will begin filming season 2 next week.
Awesome.
The one bummer is we're going to have to wait till the end of the year for season 2 to come out.
Oh, bummer.
Listen, take it from us 3 on this desk right now. Please watch the studio. I like it. Jen likes it.
So good.
Roxia likes it.
Especially here in Los Angeles. It's a total satire, like lampooning the entertainment industry and all the funny things that happen along the way. It's great.
And
how ridiculous a lot of it is.
The cast is going to be joining us via Zoom this week. So you don't want to miss that. Which day? You're going to have to just watch us every day and find out which day. Well, the wins were the highlight of the night, but the true gold was the comedy from host Nikki Glazer.
So let's get down to business, shall we? We'll start the bidding for Warner Brothers at $5. Do I hear $5? Tonight, we are celebrating the best of both TV and film right here in the heart of Los Angeles, where no TV or film has been made for the past 6 years.
So good.
So sad, so true,
sad, but also true.
So
funny. You don't laugh, you cry.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to have even more Golden Globes recap in the 10 a.m. hour of Good Day LA. But last hour, we did ask you, how often do you dress up fancy? Here are the results. Okay, looks like rarely.
Yep.
I love it.
People.
We got our casual viewers watching us today.
Real people.
Real people.
Yeah.
Listen,
Real people.
Did you see what I was wearing yesterday? A scarf, some baggy jeans.
That's right. But you made it fashionable. Yeah, you made it cute.
Oh, thanks, girl.
All right, coming up, we have a special treat for you this morning.
Oh, yeah, it is. A renowned mentalist, I should have known, mentalist.
Yeah,
right.
Should have known, is here to play some tricks on us and talk about his upcoming show here in LA. You can check him out. We're going to check him out right after. First, though, check out traffic with Samada.
And you don't want to miss that. Good Day LA Traffic, sponsored by the offices of Jacob and Ronnie, and call jacob.com. We do have this collision. We're going to take it out to the Irvine area. If this is part of your route, we do have a vehicle fire following a collision. Northbound side of the 5 at Jeffrey Road. It is impacting both directions through the Irvine area, so you want to make sure you bring your patience there. And then we do have this two-wheel crash blocking the center divider area, northbound side of the 710 at Imperial Highway. We do have tow trucks en route in that area. 210, both directions at Vernon Avenue. Hey, moving along at a really nice clip. Here's a look at some other traffic hotspots.
I looked up and just ran.
Maybe we need to seek somebody who does have the expertise to be able to guide us through the process.
If you're getting to an accident,
you're in good hands by dealing with Jacob and Ron.
Call Jacob.
And welcome back to you. I'm meteorologist Maria Quaban. This weather is sponsored by the law offices of Larry H. Parker. And we've got some sunshine outside here. A view at LAX. Yes, the traffic, not too bad at this hour, but we're definitely going to warm things up today. So get ready for that. After a chilly start to our morning, high pressure is going to warm our temperatures up. This clockwise flow of air around this area of high pressure giving us this northeasterly wind, or this Santa Ana wind. A little more moderate than strong like it was over the weekend. So we don't have any high wind warnings. However, that being said, we do have these wind advisories still in effect. That means hazardous driving conditions here for all the areas specifically shaded in this beige color. That's when we could see some debris on the road. Just be extra careful, especially with high profile vehicles. You do have some cold temperatures driving north on that 5 freeway. Also dense fog advisory that is still in effect for parts of the Grapevine. 72 along our coast, getting up to mid 70s midweek, and then we'll start to slowly cool things down as we get to the weekend, but it'll still be above average. 78 for downtown LA today. Look at this, 83 on Wednesday. Told you the 80s would be back, and then we'll slowly cool it down as we get to the weekend. Still going to be above average though, even though it'll cool down to the 70s. 75 for the valleys, Inland Empire. 83 Wednesday, Thursday, even Friday. Whatever you have plans outdoors for this coming weekend, maybe even next weekend. I don't see any rain, at least through the 21st or 22nd coming up. 63 in the high desert areas, getting to 71 Wednesday, Thursday, and then out towards Palm Springs in the Coachella Valley. 74 degrees today, getting to those low 80s Wednesday, Thursday, and then cooling down, if you call it cool, to about 80 this coming weekend. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Maria. You know, so some people have the uncanny ability to not only know what someone is thinking, but also know so much that you have to wonder, is this natural or is this supernatural?
Well, Lior Suchard is what is called a mentalist. He meets someone and is able to know things that he probably shouldn't know, but he does. And these extraordinary mental powers are amazing to watch, and to fully appreciate them, live is the way to go.
So Lior is bringing his incredible abilities to the Wilshire Ebell Theater tomorrow night, where, again, seeing is believing. Welcome to Good Day LA.
Thank you. Good morning. Seeing is believing. Seeing is experiencing. Seeing is having a great... Don't be so scared. You look so scared. Everybody, when I talk to them, they go like this. They go like this.
No, we don't know what's about to happen. But before we get to it, let's get to know you a little bit. You started doing things like this with your classmates as a kid. How did you know
I
you
started
had
when
it?
I was 12 years old. You know, being a mentalist, it's not... I don't know what people are thinking. I know how they think. And if I know how they think, it's like a magnet, it's like a watch. It's pushing the right buttons. I can influence people, I can read people. And since I was 12 years old, I was fascinated by how the mind works. And I was very shy, and I was very, I didn't know how to talk to people. So I had to invent ideas how to show off. And to do like mind tricks and mind influencing and do those things, which led me to be a stage performer, which is the thing that I love to do, which is super exciting because it's the first time I'm doing a public show in Los Angeles.
Wow!
Tomorrow it's gonna be
Welcome
incredible.
to LA.
Yes, I mean I've been here many times, but never done a public.
I just feel like you could use your skills in a variety of different ways, like in the corporate world. So I would love to be able to manipulate minds. You know what I'm saying?
Kids.
Or understand how
Go to sleep.
That's right.
Your husband.
Exactly.
to help with relationships and friendships.
Yes or no, because sometimes it backfires because literally nobody can lie to me. Literally.
Right.
I know.
A challenge is coming on.
I know how people are thinking, and I know how to influence people. I mean, I can give you an example. For example, let me look at you for a second. I'm going to ask you the craziest question.
Okay.
Look at the body language.
All right. With my hands.
When I was about 6 years old, I had like my first puppy love crush. Her name was Lily. It was like kindergarten love. So by doing this, everybody's watching us right now. You try to think of your first crush. It raises something. You have it. What was your age when you had your first crush?
I was like 7 or 8.
Like really puppy love. So 7 or 8. It means I have to go like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes. So 15 years ago, when you were 7 or 8, anybody knows this name here? There's nobody.
Nobody here.
No. Nobody would know. Okay, so just look at me, and I'm just going to look at you. And you never told me any information.
I did not tell you.
So this is the process. Let me explain what I do. So when I look at people, it's like a second language to me. I'm looking at you. I start to get signals. You were 6, 7, 8 years old. Can you think of the number of letters in the name? Just think. Don't say. So what I'm doing, I'm counting with her. Okay, did you get to 6? 6 or 7, I think. You were not sure.
Yeah.
Now we have to say 6, 7, no? No, but I'm looking at you, and you never told. I mean, nobody could know it.
No, just
so
my
you
mom
can see the process. Okay. So does your mom know the name? Maybe.
She does.
She does. Okay. So I never talked with your mom.
No.
I'm writing something here. I'm just gonna go. This is a name, right? This is a. That's a name. That's a name.
That's a name.
That's a name. I'm gonna show you all. This is a name. Correct.
Okay.
You never told it to anyone.
I did
your
not.
first crush when you were 7, 8 years old, nobody would know it. You didn't even know. I'm going to ask you, like, live. What was his name? His first name? What was his name?
Michael.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Oh, my gosh. I know my mom's watching, and you know exactly who it was at St. Clair's.
Let me look at Michael, if you're watching us right now, we are talking about you. Oh, by the way, I'm not supposed to do this, but I'm just looking at you. Michael is a pretty common name.
It is.
Right? It's a pretty common name. Everybody knows a Michael. But can I approach for a second?
Sure.
Because I have to look at people. I just go like this. So when I said Michael, your brain starts to process. It's not because you knew several Michaels when you were a child. You knew several ones. This one, I'm not sure if I say it. You remember his last name, Ben Chance? Michael O'Keefe.
Stop it right now!
What the heck?
What?
Michael, yes?
Yes! Michael O'Keefe.
Oh my God!
How would he have known? He would not know that.
Nobody would know that.
I don't even think I'm friends with him on any social media.
Now you are.
Well, I know, right? We only have 30 seconds left with you.
Oh my God! Really? So let's do it quickly. So first of all, you have to come tomorrow for the show.
Yes. Okay.
It's an interactive show. There's a few more tickets left at the Bell Theater in Los Angeles. It's going to be a mind-boggling show with full audience participation and lots of fun and craziness and mind-reading and mind-influencing and positive stuff. And it's going to be incredible.
Okay. That was amazing.
I want more.
You want more? We can try one more thing if we have a few more seconds. Can we do?
Okay, one more.
We do it? So this was something that was in your mind somewhere. Let's do something that doesn't in your mind. You know, when I look at people and ask them draw something, most people statistically will do like a flower or a heart. These are like the most common things. So I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you this. Are you ready? I want you to do a drawing, but you're not going to show us your drawing. But here's the thing. I'm going to try to guess your mind before you're thinking of something, which is kind of interesting. Oh my God. So, and you're going to see the process this time. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go between you two here. Could you close your eyes for me?
Yep.
And I'm going to do this. I'm going to do very fast. I want to show you what I do. Don't respond, but you know what I'm doing. Yes? You know what I'm. Something like this and something like this. Or maybe we'll do this. You know, to extend it. Or again, I don't know. So this will be here. And I'm going to come here, and this is basically, you can open your eyes, this is basically the opposite of what I showed you, because this is the reading, this is the influencing. Now, nobody told you what to draw. This is from your mind. Take the marker and take a deep breath. You ready? Yeah. Look at me. You ready? And do your drawing here, big, and you can see the process. Let's see what we do. So go. Do your drawing. Okay, it's okay. So there's like a rectangle, something. Oh, this is very cool. Wow. Oh, you got into like details. Anything else? That's it? Okay, so let me show the audience. This is a house.
Shut up.
But this is not an ordinary house. This is a house with the windows, with the whole details. And you see their faces. Look at it. Before you even thought about it, show them what I've done. Look at this. This is really,
Wait,
I want to show the camera this. This is like...
How did you know
this
that?
Is like... Look at this. This is like identical.
How did you know that?
It's not knowing. This is something that I actually put inside your mind.
But how did you do it?
I always say, if I tell you, I will have to kill you. And I'll finish with a story. There was a woman in the middle of my show. She raised her hand. She stopped the show. She said, Lior, stop the show. How do you do it? And I told her the same line, the joke. I told her, if I tell you, I will have to kill you. And she then got excited and said, can you please tell it to my husband? So it's a true story.
Andy's funny.
Great. Funny.
Oh my God.
Please check this man tomorrow. The Wilshire Ebell Theater tomorrow night. For tickets, go to the website right there on your screen, ebellofla.org. You are amazing. Please come back.
So much.
Please come back anytime.
I wonder what Michael's doing right now. I need to look him up. Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to it. It is 9 a.m. I'm Roxy Carapadian.
And I'm Sandra Enda. Thanks for joining us. Let's take a look at today's headlines.
Terrifying incident in Westwood as local protests the Iranian regime. A U-Haul truck plows through the crowd. We have more on what we know about the driver.
Plus the latest on the standoff between the White House and the Federal Reserve. How the Justice Department has set its sights on Fed Chair Jerome Powell.
And he is an award season winner and friend of the show. I'm talking about Troy Kotzer. He's joining me to talk about not just one, but two of his latest projects. But first, hey, Maria, let's check in with you.
I'm still on the last segment.
I can't.
Still trying to think about what just happened. I'm just trying to process that, okay?
My mom texted me saying,
yes,
OMG,
that's wild. Okay, here's what's even wilder. I don't know. I'll get to the weather in just a second. But as Jen was drawing the picture, just starting, I think he mentally put it in my brain. I'm here watching. I'm thinking she's going to draw a house. And that's what happened. I really think you put it in my mind. I don't know how that happened, but it went into my brain. I'm following that guy. Okay, here we go. Let's talk about this. The offshore flow, you guys. The winds are still pretty breezy out there. They're not as strong as it was over the weekend. However, we're still looking at the offshore flow, and that's going to help warm us up today a little bit more than yesterday. Temperatures now in the 50s and 60s mostly, but are you ready for the 80s? Tomorrow and Wednesday, even Thursday, we're going to get there. But today, 70s in the low desert, 63 in the high desert areas downtown LA. We should get up to near 80 today with that 78 degrees, well above average. We'll talk more about the extended outlook and when rain's coming back. When is it coming back? I'll let you know in just a few moments. Back to you.
Maria, thank you. Developing this morning, Iran is threatening military action against the U.S. and Israel if President Trump decides to intervene in the widespread protests there. Human rights groups reporting more than 500 demonstrators have been killed since those protests began about 2 weeks ago, sparked by the country's tanking economy and turning into a broader criticism of the Iranian regime. Despite hundreds of protests scattered throughout the country, Iran's foreign minister is saying this, quote, "The situation has come under total control." President Trump says Iran now wants to negotiate with Washington following his threat to strike the Islamic Republic.
And in Westwood, meanwhile, a man drives a U-Haul truck into a crowd of anti-Iranian government protesters.
Let's go to Mario, who's live right now to show us how it all played out. So lucky people didn't get hurt in this.
Exactly, Roxy, Sandra. It's amazing that no one was seriously injured in all of this. We can tell you that we've confirmed the driver is in police custody. He could be charged with attempted assault with a deadly weapon. Meanwhile, here in Westwood on the road behind me, you can see shattered glass still covering the road here where that U-Haul sat. The aftermath of a moment that left protesters scrambling for safety here. Screams and panic as that U-Haul truck drives straight into a crowd of demonstrators here, people dodging in every direction. That truck covered in posters opposing the crowd, sparking an immediate reaction. At one point, people climbing onto the vehicle, ripping the signs from the sides before moving toward the driver's door. Protesters getting increasingly aggressive, and investigators say that's when the driver hit the gas, accelerating through the crowd and injuring at least one person. Now, this all unfolding just moments after hundreds of Iranian freedom supporters gathered outside the federal building here in Westwood Sunday afternoon, waving flags, chanting, and calling for the return of Iran's former leadership. Now, once that U-Haul truck started rolling in, things turned violent quickly.
Right now, you can see the act of terror. They came in the public and they run into the people. So they are terrorists.
The people climbing on the truck starting to rip the signs. And then I went to the other side where the driver's side is, and they got really aggressive with him. He stepped on the gas. He definitely stepped on it purposely, but I think he was more scared for his life.
There are so many crazy people out of Iran too. I don't know how they could get in, but they are in. And of course, they want to ruin these protests.
Now, this local protest comes as tensions continue to boil overseas. Millions reportedly taking to the streets in Iran demanding political change, and those demonstrations met with internet blackouts, mass arrests, and deadly force. And here in Westwood, these protesters say they're grateful that no one was seriously injured, and we are waiting for an update from the LAPD. Again, they say that driver is in police custody and could be charged. They are continuing to investigate, along with the FBI, what led up to that collision and a possible motive here. For now, live in Westwood, I'm Mario Ramirez. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Mario, thank you. And now to a developing story. Multiple people were shot in South LA and one of them died.
Police still searching for the suspects. Let's go to Gigi right now, live at LAPD headquarters with what we know so far. Gigi.
We know LAPD South homicide detectives are working this case, but there's been no update and no real suspect description to go on. They are looking at the possibility, though, that the shooting is gang-related. Take a look. It was about 6:45 last night on the corner of Manchester and Normandy when a group of men, some of them waiting for a fast food order from Louisiana Fried Chicken, were shot. Again, no description on the suspects, if they walked up or drove up, but 4 people were transported, 4 men, one of them in their 30s, dying at the hospital. The other 3 remain hospitalized. A 5th victim was later found, and police were working to determine what his connection was to the scene. He was shot in the leg and found about a block away, leading detectives to believe that there may have been 2 locations to this shooting. Again, if you saw anything yesterday, 6:45, corner of Manchester and Normandy, a very busy intersection, please call the LAPD. Reporting live, I'm Gigi Graciette. Back to you.
All right, Gigi, thank you. Appreciate the information there. A strike involving frontline healthcare workers has been averted. A tentative contract has been reached between healthcare workers and 6 KPC hospitals in Orange County and the Inland Empire. The deal addresses staffing, safety, working conditions. Workers say it's a win for both caregivers and patients. The agreement still needs to be approved, though, by union members, with a vote set for later this month. The union represents over 1,500 workers across these hospitals in Anaheim, Santa Ana, Orange, Menifee, Hemet, and Victorville.
The feud between Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell and the Trump administration has come to an head. This as federal prosecutors open a criminal investigation into Powell's June testimony before Congress about the central bank's $2.5 billion renovation of its headquarters in Washington, D.C. But Powell says those are just pretexts.
The threat of criminal charges is a consequence of the Federal Reserve setting interest rates based on our best assessment of what will serve the public, rather than following the preferences of the president. This is about whether the Fed will be able to continue to set interest rates based on evidence and economic conditions, or whether instead monetary policy will be directed by political pressure or intimidation.
In recent months, Trump has repeatedly threatened Powell's job and pressured him to slash interest rates. Powell's term as chair ends in May, and the Trump administration has signaled that the president could name a potential replacement this month.
President Trump calling for a 10% cap on credit card interest rates. He says he doesn't want Americans to be, quote, ripped off by credit card companies that charge rates of 20 to 30%. His proposed 10% cap on interest rates would last for 1 year. The American Bankers Association and several other organizations issued a joint statement outlining the negative impacts. They wrote that a cap would lower credit availability and push consumers towards, quote, less regulated, more costly alternatives. Coming up on 9:10, award-winning actor Troy Kotsur is here. He's been very busy.
And is talking to him about 2 of his latest movies. But first, a check of traffic.
And Good Day LA traffic is brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group Accident and Injury Attorneys. Looking at our real-time traffic map, we just have a handful of delays out there, but none here. This is out towards Orange County, the South 5 freeway at Jeffrey, and both sides of that 5 here look pretty good. We got a lot of sunshine. Temperatures are also warming up. Hopefully not too bad for you in your car. Hopefully you have air conditioning, because look at how it's going to be 51 minutes on that westbound 10 right now between the 5 to the 4-5. This is going towards Santa Monica. It's a little slow there. Northbound 110 between the 4-5 to the 10, 32 minutes. Westbound 60 between the 57 to the 5. Oof, 44 minutes there. Here's a look at some of the other traffic hotspots.
This broadcast is locally sponsored by DT LA Law Group, Auto Accident and Injury Attorneys. Have an injury? Text Injury Help to 40222 or visit us online at calldowntown.com. Message and data rates and usage may apply.
And welcome back to you. I'm meteorologist Maria Quaban. Are you ready for the 80s? Well, not quite today, but tomorrow for sure. But 70s and 80s are coming back. And I know it's January. And here's why it's warming up. We've got an area of high pressure. We talked about this last week and how we were still going to get that offshore flow today. Not quite as gusty as it was on Friday, and certainly not this weekend. But that offshore flow will definitely help to warm up the atmosphere. And this is going to bring our temperatures up, daytime highs anyway, after we get through the early morning chill, to the 70s and even 80s. No rain through the extended outlook. I've been looking at the long-range models at least until the 21st or 22nd of January. It's going to stay dry and it will stay sunny in the afternoons. We've got some weather alerts in place. Of course, the wind advisories that are still in effect. National Weather Service issues this when we have hazardous driving conditions because of these gustier winds nearing 45, even 55 miles an hour. We have some fog driving up the 5 freeway towards Fraser Park and the Grapevine, so just to watch that. Maybe you want to delay your travel until that fog really dissipates. Highs today will range from 78 in downtown LA. Maybe you're heading up to Fresno, 59 there, 73 out towards San Luis Obispo. Here's your day planner for Laguna Beach. Lots of sunshine there in South OC. We've got 71 at 2 p.m. And as we look at Thousand Oaks out in Ventura County, lots of sunshine as well. Low 70s there at 2 o'clock. And as we take a look at our day planner for Big Bear, they're making lots of snow up there. So those daytime temperatures warming up to the upper 40s, but in the morning, it's down to the 20s. I'll show you the 7-day forecast in just a few moments. Back to you, Amanda.
Thank you, Maria. Entertainment is sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. Troy Kotzer has been acting and directing for over 20 years. Deaf since birth, he blazed a trail with his work on stage and then his history-making Oscar win for 2022's Best Picture winner, Coda, one of my favorite films. He has been very busy ever since, and Friday night, Troy was a presenter at the Astra Film Awards, and he's back on screen in not one, but 2 new movies, including In Cold Light. He plays the father of Longlegs actress Micah Monroe, and here they are in action. And please welcome Troy, T-R-O-Y, Troy? Yeah, your name's that. Hello, it's so nice to see you. Bravo on everything that you do. In Cold Light, that is a pretty intense film. What was it like shooting this thriller, especially that scene with Micah?
My experience shooting that scene with Micah was pretty amazing. So we were shooting in Alberta, Canada, in Ponoka, near Alberta, and it's where the real rodeo actually happens. And so it was this real event, and we had 5 minutes to kind of shoot our stunt scene with these rodeo riders. And so I had to run in, switch places with the stunt person, with the real crowd who was actually there watching the rodeo. We only had 5 minutes to shoot it, and we captured that moment. And one of my favorite scenes was the clip you just showed, where there's a motion sensor light that turns on and off, and it's a pretty heavy and serious conversation. And so when the light turns off, I'm sure a lot of deaf people could really feel like they could relate to it, because then you become deaf and blind, and you need your vision to communicate in sign language. And so it was a very realistic and intense scene. And I think for hearing people, it doesn't matter. You can carry on your conversation without it being dark, but us deaf people can become blind, but we need to wave to continue that serious conversation. So it really added to the tension. And it was great. It was such a pleasure to be involved in this really intense movie.
I love you sharing that behind the scenes, because you never, as the audience, know what goes into those scenes, but so much movie magic to make it all happen.
Magic, make that happen. Definitely. It's really amazing when I see all the layers come together, you know, especially those rodeo scenes with the audience. It was really amazing how we really built this whole thing into the story.
Well, speaking of rodeo, giddy up, because you are busy. I love this. Primate is also in theaters now. This is sad. It's a smart pet chimp that goes rabid and goes bananas. But this is an interesting story. Not a lot of AI, a lot of real tactical, practical effects with this.
Exactly. I really feel like it's old school horror filmmaking because back in the 80s, they had all of these practical effects before CGI or computer graphics even existed. Primates like as if Jaws was in a house. And so you have that feeling and you have to try and escape. So it felt real, it felt authentic, and it was a really great experience. And especially for a hearing audience, because we have these moments of silence where the audience has my deaf perspective, which makes it even scarier for a hearing audience.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how scary is it for people?
I mean, scary, 10,
I think it's like a 10 to 11
Wow,
range.
okay.
Are you ready for that?
Wow, that is scary. But it's from scary to heartwarming, let's talk about Coda. That was one of my favorite movies. I love Coda. What does award season bring back to you with memories?
You know, when I watch all these up-and-coming actors get recognition and acknowledgement and nominations, I was there just a couple of years ago, and it's almost like passing the Olympic torch to the next person who is running this relay race, and then they get to pass it on. And so it's really fascinating and so fun to watch, and I really enjoy seeing these other actors' journey because I was there. I was a rookie and pretty awkward just a couple of years ago, and so it makes me laugh. It's really great to watch them.
But now you're a voting member. Do you have any favorite movies that you've watched so far?
I really love Dream Train. There was a lot of, it was very emotional. There was a lot of feeling, you know, going through that character's journey, which I thought, played by Joel Edgerton. Yes. There's a lot that he emotes with his eyes, and I could really feel everything he went through. That was one of my favorites.
Yes, I agree. I like that one as well. Well, Train Dreams is on Netflix, but let's talk about your movies. In Cold Light opens exclusively in theaters nationwide this month on January 23rd. Primate is in theaters right now, but before you go, what is one thing you want to do while you're here in LA this month? Anything fun?
You know, I'm seeing a lot of friends because I used to live in LA. I moved here in 1994, and it's nice to see all my friends together. When we saw the Primate together at the premiere, it was a really great spirit for the week. LA was my second home, and so it's really nice to see friends and go down Hollywood Boulevard and see everybody walking around and all the tourists. I remember I went to get some pizza and folks recognized me for some photos, so I don't mind. It was a lot of fun.
Love it. Well, you are a STAR star. Bravo to you. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me.
Always. Thank you again to Troy Kotzer. We will be right back. Check out his 2 movies, In Cold Light and Primate, and rewatch Coda. It's the best. We'll be right back.
back, 9:25. Hey, do you guys have a lucky name?
I have a lovey name. It means worthy of love.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, names mean stuff, right? Well, it also depends on how lucky and how you measure luck. When it comes to hitting the jackpot, that is, researchers undiscovered some fascinating details and data. After analyzing 150 of the most recent lottery winners in each state, BetUS Casino found that Michael is a lucky
What is
man.
up today? This is a theme and a thing.
Wow. Michael is, in fact, the name that won the lottery 97 times.
Wonder if he did.
Following in second place, John struck gold 82 times, and David trails close behind at 75 wins.
Wow. All right, let's talk about the women here. Patricia is the most likely to win the lottery, followed by our very own Amanda.
Have you won?
I have not yet.
Your time's
Honorable
coming.
mention, Maria takes the 10th spot. Overall, here in California, the luckiest names are Jose, William, and Ashley. I think from now on, you ladies have to buy the ticket.
Right.
I think,
Yep.
yeah, together maybe.
Yeah.
Together.
Amanda, you and me.
Yeah.
We talked about that. I think we're going to do it. Why don't we split up and buy our separate tickets?
Oh, okay. But
For
there's
everybody.
no double power in like the
No,
two
I
of
think
us
together.
going?
Oh, you want us to go in?
I want you to
holding
hold hands. Go in, yeah.
Okay, we'll do
All
it.
right.
Why not?
Win.
It's worth a try.
I know.
Can't hurt.
It's science.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, thanks, lucky ladies.
Yeah.
9:26 still to come. Some Anaheim Duck players are officially going to the Olympics.
Good morning. That's right. A very exciting time. We're getting closer and closer to those Winter Olympic Games, and some Anaheim Ducks players will be on some teams. We'll tell you more about it coming up.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to 9:30. I'm Roxy Carabadian.
And I'm Sandra Endo. Let's take a look at today's headlines. A deadly crackdown on protesters across Iran as President Trump weighs a response to the violence and unrest. We have the latest on that and a local protest that turned violent.
Plus, the fallout continues from last week's fatal ICE shooting in Minneapolis, how the federal government is doubling down on its operations this morning.
And a judge blocks the Trump administration from freezing child care funds, how this move impacts services right here in California. But first, a check on the forecast.
And it's a good-looking one. If you like sunshine and warmer temperatures, you're going to like it later this afternoon. Right now, it's 64 downtown. It's got, well, there's a lot of sunshine, and the winds are on the calmer side at the moment. But the winds are gusty. Breezy Santa Ana winds will continue, and along with the wind alerts for these winds that are gusting near 40, even 55 miles an hour in some spots. But it will be sunny, it'll be dry. In fact, a little bit warmer as we get into tomorrow and Wednesday before it starts to drop a little bit as we get to the end of the week and the upcoming weekend. It is going to still be above average, however, still with that slight cool down into next weekend. High winds and the impacts will include some hazardous driving conditions because of those stronger crosswinds. Beware of some falling debris and just stuff on the road like tree limbs. Down trees, certainly possible, along with some power outages still with these gustier winds. 70 degrees for downtown LA. That's 10 degrees above the normal. Sunset time coming up at 5:04. Other highs we're expecting today around 75 Woodland Hills, 76 in Oxnard, 76 in Santa Ana, to that 52 in Big Bear. I'll send it back to you.
Developing this morning, Iran is threatening military action against the U.S. and Israel if President Donald Trump decides to intervene in the widespread protests there. Human rights groups report more than 500 demonstrators have been killed since those protests began 2 weeks ago, sparked by the country's tanking economy, and turning into a broader criticism of the Iranian regime. Despite hundreds of protests scattered throughout the country, Iran's foreign minister claims, quote, the situation has come under total control. The country's parliament speaker now threatening to attack U.S. military bases and ships if the U.S. takes action in defense of the protesters.
People came and did damage to their own buildings, ruining their own streets in order to make the president of another country happy.
These are violent. If you call them leaders, I don't know if they're leaders or just they rule through violence. But we're looking at it very seriously. The military is looking at it. And we're looking at some very strong options.
President Trump says Iran now wants to negotiate with Washington following his threat to strike the Islamic Republic. Tomorrow, President Trump is expected to get a briefing with options on what comes next, including cyber attacks against military and civilian sites to possible military strikes.
A large anti-Iranian government protest in Westwood almost turns into melee when a man drives a U-Haul truck into the crowd.
Mario Ramirez joins us now with all the details. Mario.
Roxy, Sandra, is quiet right now, but we saw that huge protest against the Iranian government here playing out just outside the federal building in Westwood, and it was peaceful until this happened. Take a look. You can hear the panic as demonstrators scramble to get out of the way when the truck moves straight toward them here on Veteran Avenue. People tearing opposing political messages off the side of that U-Haul as tempers flare. Protesters surrounding the driver, some swinging objects, flag poles, trash cans. Now, one person climbing onto the vehicle and kicking in the windshield, or at least attempting to, as police move in. After he's removed, protesters chase him, trying to strike him as police escort him into custody. Now, this was just after 3:30 Sunday afternoon as hundreds were gathering outside the federal building. The demonstration was meant to highlight ongoing unrest in Iran, where activists say hundreds have been killed and thousands detained amid demands for regime change over a collapsing economy. But things took a violent turn very quickly when that U-Haul started rolling in.
The driver was injured as well. After the traffic collision, he became involved in an altercation with some of the other protesters.
My personal belief is that I'm very concerned about U.S. intervention in these international situations because I want there to be peace here at home.
And it was peaceful for about an hour and a half. Police say at least one protester suffered minor injuries and was treated at the scene. And as the night went on, dispersal orders were issued and the crowd quickly thinned out. As for that driver, we know he was taken to the hospital, and we have confirmed he is in police custody this morning. During a news conference yesterday, officials said he could possibly be charged with attempted assault with a deadly weapon. That U-Haul being used as a deadly weapon here with that crowd. The LAPD and FBI now investigating what led up to the collision. For now, live in Westwood, I'm Mario Ramirez. Back to you.
All right, certainly it could have been much worse. Thank you so much, Mario, for bringing us that. Meanwhile, Governor Gavin Newsom has put out a statement on the protest in Iran. He says California stands in solidarity with the people of Iran who are confronting violent repression, mass internet and power shutdowns, and economic collapse imposed by a theocratic authoritarian regime. The scale and persistence of protests across Iran demand fundamental change after decades of state violence and denial of basic rights.
Also making headlines this morning, federal ICE agents conducted raids in Downey over the weekend. Two men working a landscaping job were approached by ICE agents who attempted to put them into their vehicle. The agents eventually left the scene without an arrest. It's unclear if the ICE operations will continue today because federal agencies are not required to report their actions to cities. Downey Councilmember Mario Trujillo released a statement saying in part, quote, he wants immigrant families to know they belong here. He says they do not assist with immigration enforcement and their priority is safety and dignity.
Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is deploying hundreds more federal agents to Minneapolis. She says it's to ensure the safety of ICE and Border Patrol agents during immigration operations. An ICE agent shot and killed Renee Nicole Good on January 7th, sparking outrage and protests nationwide. Officials claim that that woman was using her car as a weapon, driving at an agent. However, others are arguing that Good was legally observing the operation. The additional federal agents will be deployed today and tomorrow. Some 2,000 federal agents have already been deployed to the state of Minnesota. That's more than 3 times the number of officers in Minneapolis Police Department. And the criminal trial of former Uvalde police officer Adrian Gonzalez continues today in Texas. This after a key defense bid to throw out the case was rejected on Friday. Gonzalez is accused of child endangerment and abandonment for his response during the Robb Elementary School shooting back in 2022. 19 children and 2 teachers were killed. On Friday, the judge denied a motion for a mistrial after disputed testimony from a teacher. Jurors also saw graphic photos detailing where the shooter fired inside the classrooms. If convicted, Gonzalez faces up to 2 years in prison.
A judge has blocked the Trump administration's attempted freeze on $10 billion in funding for child care and other services in 5 states, including right here in California. It comes after the Department of Health and Human Services sent a letter accusing those states of social services fraud. The department previously said it would freeze federal funds, but only for those states. However, the move has been halted. Many child care centers in California rely on external funding to maintain services for families in need and say the state already takes measures to safeguard against fraud.
The Supreme Court will hear arguments tomorrow on whether states can ban transgender girls from competing in women's school sports teams. The hearing marks the highest battle over transgender rights since the court upheld Tennessee's gender-affirming care ban last term. The challengers have argued the restrictions violate the 14th Amendment's Equal Protection Guarantee and Title IX, which protects against sex discrimination in schools. Now the justices will decide if sports bans violate the Constitution or the landmark federal law.
The Los Angeles Rams are helping families displaced by wildfires find permanent housing.
Yeah, this is really great. One family in Duarte has just moved into their new home, and Brooke is joining us with their story. Hi.
Hey there. Yes, I'm here with the Rams crew. I'm here with some friends. Rampage, what's on your gloves? Oh, you're on your gloves. How about that? No, we're having a good morning, right? You guys are excited to be here with me because this is a really exciting day. Thank you for being here. I am in this beautiful home. Let's go over and talk to the people who live there, okay? I'm gonna hop over here and come over and talk to you all. Thank you for welcoming us this morning. This beautiful, beautiful home, and I know it has to feel so good for you, even better for you to be living here, right? You've been through a lot.
Yes, it's a blessing, and we have been through a lot, so this is definitely a soft landing and a great place to be.
Can you talk to me a little bit about, your experiences a little more than 1 year ago?
Oh, wow. We're approximately 370 days removed, and it still feels like yesterday. It's been a surreal experience, but I will say it's been very serendipitous through all the trials and tribulations to have this place to call home and all these wonderful people, the Rams, Zillow, even you guys showing up this morning to kind of, let everybody know that there is good in the world and that people do care.
And, we're never going to forget about these stories. We want to continue to tell these stories. And that's the big thing, I think, the big message that I get from this, Quinn. It's just that so many people, the community is so strong. So many people showing up to support. How does that feel?
As a whole, it feels amazing to be able to persevere as one. And to be able to have, family and friends such as Ari who are so caring and supportive, it allows for us to keep hopeful and to continue to rebuild. And
I love that. Yeah. Obviously, the LA Rams Foundation, a big part of this surprise, a big part of helping you all get into this beautiful home. And before we go, we're showing video this whole time of your surprise when you walked through that door. Can you guys just take me back that day and talk to me? I saw the little one dancing. Like, it was a good day, right?
It was a great day, great moment, just a very impactful thing for our family. Our children are ecstatic about the home. We love the area. We're just grateful. We thank God, thank all those who had something to do with it. Like I said, the Rams, Zillow, Change Reaction, Ari is our angel. So we're very grateful for her and just everything that we've been blessed with up until this point.
If you weren't so positive, I would understand. So that, you know what I mean? I think everybody would understand. And the fact that you are, it is, what a blessing. It's nice to see. Back to you guys.
What a great story, and what a great effort by the Rams. And
I love that.
Yeah, making sure families feel at home again. Thanks so much, Brooke. All right, a lot of people are using weight loss drugs these days, and now there could be additional benefits to GLP-1s, a good night's sleep. According to research published in JAMA, obese people with type 2 diabetes are less likely to need a CPAP machine for sleep apnea if they're on one of those weight loss drugs like Ozempic or Zepbound. Doctors say while weight loss can help with diabetes and cardiac disease, it may also have more direct effect on the airway. So they also found people are less likely to require hospitalization while on the medication.
Speaking of weight loss drugs, you can't help but want some fast food every now and then. Chick-fil-A has just launched its largest ever marketing campaign. In honor of the chain's 80th anniversary, customers will get the meal in a retro packaging with collectible cups. The first 3,000 customers who receive the rare golden fan collectible cup will win free food for 1 year. In addition, they're introducing frosted sodas, that is, and floats to drive home that nostalgic feel. Customers can choose a mix of iconic vanilla soft serve ice cream with 8 different soda options. Limited edition stuffed cows and other merch will also be offered online. The promotion is set to run through July.
All right, get excited. Some of the National Hockey League's best players are preparing to head to Italy to compete in the Winter Olympics for their home countries.
Coco live in Anaheim at the Anaheim Ducks practice session with more on what's going on. They're headed to Italy. This is awesome.
Headed to Italy. Hey there, we are at Great Park Ice and 5 Point Arena in Irvine, and this is where the Anaheim Ducks train. It's also the training facility for a lot of Olympic figure skaters, but all of the excitement today is surrounding the Anaheim Ducks because they have a few players that will be going to the 2026 Winter Olympic Games starting next month, including Mikael Granlund, who is a forward for the Anaheim Ducks. He's going to be playing for Team Finland. He actually played for Team Finland back in 2014 as well, and that was the last time that NHL players were a part of the Winter Olympics. So, of course, he's really looking forward to next month, and here's what he had to say to us.
It's exciting. Obviously, I've had a chance to be there once in Olympics. It's a really unique experience. So I'm really excited. I know everybody's excited who's going there. So it should be a fun tournament for sure.
And talk about your experience in 2014, which was the last time before now that NHL players were part of the Olympics.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's kind of sad we haven't been able to go there all these years, but last time I was there, it was such a great experience. Like I said, it's a really unique tournament, you know, you're in an Olympic village, you know, obviously you're playing for your country. It's kind of the biggest stage you can be in hockey, so it's just fun. It's so exciting, and yeah, like I said, every single player who's going into the tournament are really excited about that.
When you first started playing hockey, could you have imagined that you'd be playing in Olympic Games?
Well, as a kid, you don't really maybe think that way, but at the same time, like, I was watching a lot of hockey. Is such a big thing in Finland. Obviously, as a kid, you were watching Team Finland play. It's one of my proudest moments to be able to play for Team Finland. You know, a lot of people are watching, and we really love our country. So, yeah, obviously being in the Olympics and having a chance to have success there, it's unbelievable. So, yeah, I'm really excited about that.
And back in 2014, Team Finland actually won bronze. So, of course, he's hoping for the best again this year, starting next month for the Winter Olympics. I'll send it back to you.
That's so awesome. All right, Coco, thank you. On to this now. Macy's plans to close 14 of its stores in 12 states across the country, including one in San Diego County. The company says the closures are part of Macy's strategy to shrink its footprint in the United States. The department store chain says its goal is to better serve customers and support long-term growth. The closures will allow Macy's to invest more in stores that are doing well, and also they want to expand its digital presence. All right, coming up, freestyle football action will be on display at the FIFA World Cup. And I spoke to two world record holders about their creativity and expression that'll be on display on the global stage in just 150 days.
And welcome back to you. So we're talking about the winds, future wind gusts, still pretty up there in those usual wind-prone areas, but not as strong as this past weekend or last Friday. So areas of the high desert, Santa Clarita, even Woodland Hills down to the coast and Oxnard, out towards Corona, the Cajon Pass, still going to be gusting near 40, even 50 miles an hour in some areas. But the good news is it's definitely a little bit weaker than where we were over the weekend. So we still have high wind advisories in effect, but the wind warnings were allowed to expire. And then we'll wait and see if they get extended beyond Wednesday as the breezy conditions will continue, but again, in those usual wind-prone areas. If you're headed to the beach, we do have some higher surf in Ventura County. Those beaches 3 to 6+ feet. LA County beaches 2 to 4 feet, and a little smaller Orange County, San Diego 1 to 3 feet. Here's our 7-day forecast as we warm it up. Tomorrow, Wednesday into Thursday, along our coast, downtown LA 78 today, back up to the low 80s as we get to tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday, and then it'll cool down a little bit over the weekend, but it's still going to be above the average. Valleys mid 70s today, perfect with a lot of sunshine, and then warming up some more as we get to midweek. Out towards our mountains, 52 with those gustier winds. Breezy conditions will continue through at least Wednesday, Thursday, and then as those winds continue to weaken, a little bit more of an onshore flow, the weekend we'll see some slightly cooler temperatures. Out towards the low desert, 74 today in Palm Springs, up to 83 by Wednesday. Back to you.
The FIFA World Cup is less than 150 days away, and the love for the sport has taken on so many forms. I caught up with 2 freestyle football world record holders who say what they do is all about expression and spreading joy. This is super special. We are here with the world's best freestyle footballers. What am I talking about? I am joined by Osman Roa and Kevin Medina showing us their tricks. Look at this. It's all about style, flair, creativity, and a whole lot of training. Well, let me ask you guys, tell us what freestyle football is all about.
It's, I would say, about expressing yourself, enjoying, make sure you're having fun.
Woo! It really does bring the world together. The joy of football, the joy of just playing with the ball. It must take so long to just master all of these skills, these tricks. Look at that. Oh, no. My goodness. What do people say when they watch you?
How much do we train?
What's the hardest part about it?
The hardest part is just keep the ball right here every day. Control the ball. You have to train it every day. That's really hard for us.
This dynamic duo both hold multiple world records. Freestyle competitions are mainly broken down into 3 judging categories: upper body freestyle tricks, lower body tricks, and seated skills too.
Can you teach me something since you're the world champ?
Let me show you.
Okay.
Let me show you. Let me show you. Yeah. Oh.
I don't have the touch, the magic touch.
That's it.
Ah! Woo! Look at that! Oh my gosh!
Just hold it right here. Keep it up. Yeah.
There we go!
Yeah.
There we go! Let's freestyle. Let's go! Yeah!
Let's go.
That's awesome. We're so excited about the World Cup coming right here to Los Angeles and the entire United States. So make sure you watch them as they perform and light up the stage. They are incredible, and you can see Osman and Kevin trick it out at events surrounding the World Cup when the tournament kicks off right here, June 11th. Can't wait for that. Again, less than 150 days. People are so excited. The hype is real. And look at them. They practice every single day. That's how you master something,
You have
right?
to practice to get that good at it.
Every single day.
Yeah, it's amazing. It really is. You were pretty good, too.
Oh, gosh. No, not in skirt and heels.
Listen, without practice, you were pretty good. So imagine if you practiced a little bit.
Thank you.
So FIFA teaming up with TikTok for the 2026 World Cup. Matches will be live streamed on the platform along with exclusive content like behind-the-scenes moments. FIFA says this partnership aims to bring the excitement of the tournament to more fans worldwide. Select TikTok creators will get special access to events while others can use FIFA's archival footage. TikTok will also enforce anti-piracy measures to protect the content.
And registration opens this week for the LA 28 Olympic Games ticket draw. Registration begins Wednesday morning for people who want to buy tickets to attend any of the LA Olympic Games and Paralympic Games. To celebrate the registration opening, some 300 former Olympians and Paralympians will gather at the LA Memorial Coliseum tomorrow. The event will include a ceremonial lighting of the cauldron and remarks from some of the former Olympians going back to the 1960 Games in Rome.
Amazing.
Can't wait.
Can't wait, yeah. All right, 9:56. You can't wait for 10 a.m., right? Well, it's right around the corner, and you study examining the effects of breastfeeding, including what influence it may have on future anxiety and depression for the mother. We'll share those findings with you.
And we'll look at another study that reveals some surprising benefits of chewing gum.